As Cheltenham Streetpastors, we're here on the streets alongside people and helping them, because sometimes they really do need help and there's no one else for them. We're out on the streets being servants of Christ on the streets, but not preaching, not taking the Bible to people, but being alongside them and helping them when they get into troubles, especially in the middle of the night when they've had a few beers. Quite a lot of the time they're very disoriented, they're a bit lost, they may have run out of money, trying to find their way home, and we're there for them. Yeah? They may have fallen down, we're there, we're next to them and help them in that way. There's a number of ways that we do help them, as well as actually cleaning up, sweeping up glass and bottles to prevent injuries and stuff like that. We managed to get 21 people who volunteered and came forward to do this initially, which allowed us to put out 3 teams. So once every 3 weeks on a Saturday, the team comes out. We work in pairs, 4 people go out, 2 pairs, and we help each other and keep each other safe on the streets by keeping an eye on each other. But we're there to talk and to be alongside people as we're walking down the street.
A couple of the guys have just gone in to get a cup of coffee. We met a homeless guy down on the street, and we just wanted to give him something to drink, just to warm him up a bit. So that's the sort of thing we do, really. We're out here just helping people. We can give them bottles of water, or perhaps a space blanket if they're really cold, or flip-flops if the girls are wearing high heels and they just can't walk at the end of the evening. Just give them some flip-flops and send them on their way.
Prayer is fundamental. We start with prayer, we end with prayer in the shift, but actually back at base there's somebody praying for us all the time. We can text and we can phone back to that person in the base and say, we've got a person who's got a trouble and they're concerned, please pray for them. They pray for those people and they pray for us, and we've got the power of prayer keeping us, buoying us up. It's our foundation.
We have seen that when we have prayed that we have been guided to people that are in real need, and time after time God has led us to situations where we can be of help, and also we're able to phone back to the base if there's people praying here at the base, to tell them of needs, that people that we've met that are in need, and they can pray here as well. When you're out on the streets you really feel that God is with you, and it's a real tangible sense of his presence, and it gives you the adrenaline starts pumping, if you like, and it equips you with the things that you need to do.
For us, they're really good. They're coming around looking after people. Their presence is known. They come down and make themselves known, which is nice. We see them on a regular basis on a Saturday night. It'd be good to see them a bit more, actually. There are police around, but there's a lot of other things they need to be doing. And I think the Streetpastors do a great job in taking some of the pressure off them.
Resources that would normally get tied up with a number of incidents where people are found to be intoxicated or have been victims of assault. Police resources will be tied up for some considerable time. The Streetpastors are available, they come and assist us, and often we can release staff to go and carry on with the work of dealing with frontline policing. They act as a sort of safety net, to pick up a lot of the vulnerable people that may be casualties from the nighttime economy. One night when I was on duty, it was a very cold night. I think the recorded temperature was -6. And as a result of the Streetpastors patrols in some of the alleyways and the darker corners of the town, they found 2 individuals that were asleep at about 2 o'clock in the morning that were quite clearly suffering from intoxication. Both of them were very cold, and as a result of, they were able to drag them out onto the main street. The police were called, and as a result of that, we were then able to get the ambulance. I would say that they helped save a life that night. As I say, it was freezing temperatures, and I have no doubt if the pastors hadn't have found those 2 individuals, nobody else would have come across them during the night, because they were squirreled away in a dark corner in a back alleyway of the town. My worst fears would have been that they would have been found dead in the morning.
I think it's an excellent idea. I think it's really good to give a little bit of support, and I think adding a little bit of warmth with the foiled blankets, offering a little bit of emotional support if people have had a bit of a torrid evening, I think it's a massive help.
There are people out there who do care about what happens just to ordinary people.
It's quite reassuring there'll be someone around, so if anything did happen, as unlikely as it may be, there'll be someone who you could go to.
It's just really nice to know that there's people out there who are willing to sort of help people out who might be in a bit of trouble, or I think it's a really, really good idea. It's really nice.
There's a number of bodies that are involved with the nighttime economy. It's a multi-agency approach, and the way that we look to tackle issues that emerge through the nighttime economy is to look at an intelligence picture and to get feedback from the clubs and pubs and also from the community about the way things are developing within the town. There's a perception that nighttime economy can sometimes be quite a violent place, and I think, you know, obviously we keep striving to drive the message home that Cheltenham is a very safe place to come and visit, and I think the street pastors assist that message.
Having someone to care enough to be alongside them when they're ill or when they're injured is something unusual. Certainly in the middle of the night, to have someone to do that is very unusual. People welcome us so much. There are more hugs and handshakes than there are worries. And if there is any trouble, we're not there to get involved, we're there to step back and to be alongside. Quite often just being there is enough to calm a situation down. Being alongside people and serving people is what Christ wants us to do.